Tiny, right, on the mid lane then versus the Kunkka.
Versus Kunkka.
Yeah, it's the age-old matchup in which either one of these two can win.
He gets a little bit bottle hit here. General, he wants to be able to punish Thompson for being so far out here. He's going to go for the flame break and the firefly, but an instant TP win out. Meanwhile, First Blood does get claimed bottom by Seb. His life is traded away, and they actually get 2 kills. So even as No Tail is away, it's still kind of okay. General, oh, he's going to try and bump him away with the flame break, and that toss of the branch wasn't quite enough, but Thompson's pretty fast. He tries to go for the deny, but No Tail claims him with the miss.
Let's not start digging into the trash cans here.
Mid one, he's going to take time out in the jungle here, but Thompson, he runs right past Always Want to Fly. He's going to go for V2, really wants to be able to get on top of him. V2 needs to put himself in a beautiful little corner here to pump out some damage. Nobody's side just yet. Thompson picks up a tree and chucks it over at the support Always Want to Fly. He goes down, but they didn't get their original target. V2 survives.
Wants to walk up to creeps and Tidebringer him down, and he is not able to be independent on the map this game. He kind of stuck playing with his team all game, so he's going to be under level for a while.
Even better if he has the strength to just threaten people. The boat's going to come in here. It's going to land on a No Tail. He pops Borrow time to soak up that damage. They're trying to play around this tier 1 tower, but now Seb coming in from the side. Primal Roar goes out. Roger actually stealing the Borrow time there from No Tail. Tries to soak up as much damage as possible at Thompson. He gets hit by the torrent, will slow down for the frost arrows. Beautifully played by Fly to Moon, really pulling OG back behind that tier 1 tower farther and farther. And now I think they're hoping to be able to find another kill, but General, he should find it a little difficult to get a lasso on anybody with No Tail kind of sitting around. Couple of shots. Oh! You know?
Yeah, for sure. And here we go, the classic EU.
You gotta be careful. Swap back into the Drill Ranger. General has his Firefly up. The X pulled him back in, but another swap from Always Want to Fly. He says, I'll give up my life if I can bring down Thompson. He may not even have to do that. The Aphotic Shield was keeping him alive for a little bit. Now the lasso's gonna go down and catch his Saksa. So for support, but with the Thompson kill on top of that and Fly to Moon, turn this aggression into a tier 1 tower as well. This is looking very good for the CIS team.
The classic 5-on-5 that's started there.
Don't walk into that high ground. Oh, it's always dangerous, but Roger, he's feeling good about it. He's like, I've got a Aphotic Shield. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be fine. No, it's not fine at all. I'm dead, and I might have just killed Iceberg too. Always Want to Fly. He's gonna be there to save him. Nice Gus push back, and the boat's gonna come in as well. That actually may turn things around as Thompson getting quite low, but General doesn't feel like he can commit, nor should he with No Tail ready to go with that Aphotic Shield. Always removing those sticky napalm stacks, slowing down the damage, but Thompson, he's running the opposite direction of the rest of his team. They all went up and he ran down to the right. Does separate them a little bit, but fortunately the rest of his team shows back.
No Tail does
push a sentry. Rotation. It's going to surprise Fly to Moon. Surely as he's going to be able to hop on in, be able to catch Always Want to Fly and Iceberg in that beautiful initiation of theirs. Instantly, those two heroes are gone and Fly to Moon's on the run.
And they're going to try to turn that into a Roche immediately. Beeline. I love the way that the TPs of course affect the movements of the smokes.
And clear real quickly. You get like 2-3 neutral items right away.
It's a habit I'm trying to get into. I wonder if these teams discuss it at all, because I know the tier 1 teams will like really try to eke out any efficiency they can, and so far I haven't seen it too often. But
what I really enjoy is when a team actually goes offensive during that timing. Right?
Yeah, like, they know they're going to try to hit creeps.
Yeah, especially if they like will farm an ancient camp real quickly and then just immediately.
So Tiny, he's on his own. Like he's doing his job independent of what his team's doing, so he's just going to capitalize on their movements, right?
They're just like, don't leave me, don't leave me behind. Oh God!
See?
Oh no, General! It is a attempt. Oh God, and they're gonna lose the gem too. No Tail picks it up. What a disaster! He tried to stick around. He tried to make sure Always Want to Fly. He held the door open for him. He was motioning, come on, buddy, you can make it. And then they both get whomped on by Thompson's Aghanims pick up. And now with a toss back of Iceberg, he's gonna be in some trouble. Tossed right into the arms of mid one. Fortunately, Heaven's Halberd really slows down that damage.
He's going to Satanic right back to full.
Firing out at V2. Nice turnaround for Staff with the stolen Aphotic Shield as well. So that's going to get the Primal Roar down. Problem is they're still fighting 3 versus 5. And now Iceberg has been tossed back into potentially his doom. The Gust goes down, but it's not enough to save him.
Torrent Storm, use it!
Where's the Torrent Storm? He never got it off. The swap back in does manage to kill Saksa here. Mid one going all the way into the fountain here. V2, is he going to die underneath the fountain? Mid one's going for it. BKB, dive a little bit more, but he's been lasso pulled back. Thank God he didn't have the Divine Rapier. They're going to buy back on V-Tune as well, and Surely they've got it done. They do. Telekinesis, that's going to stop. No. And we get some sort of swap play in. Roshan is so low, they're going to have to... Oh, OG is actually going to take the fight to them here as they come out. They have the Hawk with the vision. The two supports, they've been caught out of position. The swap back onto Roger. He gets off the Aphotic Shield. Tornstorm's going to go down. Actually landing nicely onto these two heroes, but V2 has been chased away so far. He's going to turn around and kill Soxon with the lasso combination, but that's just the support. It took him so long to kill him too. And now V2's being chased by the Gyrocopter. He got hit by the air splitter. Fortunately, the rest of the team is there to bail him out, but Iceberg is still in some trouble. It looks like Midwan didn't care that there was 4 heroes all sitting around the same area. He just BKB, manned up just like he did in the fountain. He's going to do it again. Try chase down V2. V2, another 4-step. A little bit closer to the fountain. He does get saved by the Link. It's down the turnaround. He getting the damage in. Gyrocopter in trouble. Midwan if you go too far once again. He throws it away. No tail. He dies as well. The Roshan.
It's at like
Roshan
10%.
was super low. Is OG going to buy back? I think they have to. I think they have to TP in.
Yeah, I love the play they did where they lowered the Roche so far that if Fighter Move backed out far enough, instead of fighting them, they could have taken Roche.
Oh, General gets caught by Thompson. But then they just...
Right? And that it just isn't adding up for me right now. Holy crap, is that an enchanted quiver?
That is definitely
That's an enchanted quiver. Plus the Venge, right? Plus the Venge aura, plus the Dragon Lance.
He's just kind of poking at him right now. Every single enchanted quiver hit, he gets one shot in.
One shot, one opportunity.
Yeah, but I don't swap back. That's going to be enough to save the Drone Ranger for now. Trapped inside, Thompson.
Freaking like 1200 range.
Here comes the Torrent Storm, and Midwan, he's being chain stunned quite a bit. They're going to go for Seb now. Another Torrent just barely misses Seb. Left-hand side, No Tail trying to bail out Thompson. Thompson is able to get away, but No Tail does go down. That's a dieback for him.
Thompson had the cheese.
Four-staff gets
enchanted quiver play where you want as much value out of one hit as possible. So it just makes sense.
The smoke's going to break, General. He knows they're somewhere here on the high ground. They drop a ward. They see telekinesis to lead off on Thompson. The follow-up. There goes the lasso, but immediately gets interrupted there. And now the turnaround as General finds himself primal roared, and the rest of his team still on the low ground is Seb. He's going to be able to help catch Roger as well. Always want to fly. Goes for a TP out. And he'll be good there, but... he may have a buyback on General. No will.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Do they still have the gem? Did they get it back? They did.
They did. Okay. Yeah, when No Tail died, I believe the gem dropped, and Always Want to Fly discovered a little bit later, but the initiation from Set, swap back from Always Want to Fly. He gives up his leg to be able to bail out General here. Stolen ult there. The Gyrocopter ult call down drops on OG, slows them down, and prevents them from pursuing. But every single time, the initiation just looks a lot. To the tier 4s, get them a little bit closer, get some swap shenanigans. X marks the spot. Once they get in the tier 4 fountain area, they could stay there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Sab, he's initiation. General might blink as well, but he doesn't quite catch him in time.
The pre-casted roar, and then General just blinks right into it.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Blink for blink, and now OG.
Oh my god, the damage.
Yeah, he's putting it out.
He's like dead.
He almost lost his Aegis, but they did get the melee barracks. Now they can spend their time. Oh no, Thompson looks like he just chucked some trees over there and got a kill on the support. Always Want to Fly goes down. Now it's just the bottom lane of barracks left for Mega Creeps.
At what point do you put the play mill over the treads for mid one?
Yeah. I think you're actually right on the money there, but oh, the damage! Soxa just blinks in. All of a sudden, the Drone Ranger gets blown up in 10 to 2 minutes. So that's it. That's the game right there, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 does go to OG, as many probably would have predicted.
Yeah, you see the power of ET right there, right? It's just like, let's just buff up what we're already doing. We don't need a hero that offers us anything new. We just need all of that amplification. And I know Kyle is just going to go nuts over there on the fluff panel, as he just loves.
Okay, so, and Abaddon rounds it up. Probably safe to assume that this is a 5 position.
Yep.
Okay, you know, just once again, teaching Cap a thing or two as we work together here. We do see the Abaddon absolute last pick in response to the battle.
You also suggested off-lane Riki.
With a meteor.
And I said to you, absolutely not. I can't see Riki anywhere else but safe lane. Midwat's committing for it. Is he going to get this first blood? He needs the Aphotic Shield to pop, and he keeps it.
Aphotic Shield does pop the damage before the damage is registered, so...
No talent. What's funny is I was literally just talking to some other analyst in a cast, I think it was yesterday, and I was like, you know, like, oh, we're seeing Quas-Wex. I feel like we're seeing mostly X already. He's like, no, I feel like I'm seeing more Quas-Wex. it just depends on who we're watching.
This is like unranked,
you know,
games
shall not be named. I'm not trying to put people down here, Brian.
If it was Kyle, that makes a lot more sense. 60%. So they basically gave everyone double the turn rate against Batrider level 1. It's pretty noticeable.
And it's going to be pretty noticeable here, where Always Want to Fly is going to die.
Always want to die, you know? It's true.
Gotta go with it.
It's better to like accept it, embrace it, than to have other people, you know, be able to make fun of you for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Iceberg tosses him back. Tops.
Yeah, that's pretty good. A couple tower shots. Certainly not going to get the kill as he's got Tornado on Thompson. Okay.
Wait, that disjoints?
I did not know that either.
Huh.
But apparently invisibility can disjoint. Oh, Thompson pops back out. Iceberg wants it. If he can get a range of the toss, maybe no, but the fairy fire goes off, so Thompson's going to be perfectly fine. Thompson completely debated you. That's like a Thompson classic.
He'll be able to farm more on Ricky just because he has a mag. I would hope they kind of just use the mag and power to get him an earlier defusal, but then play him like a normal Ricky.
Sure. Iceberg, another rotation by him. He's going to go for Seb. Just talking about how Seb was having a pretty good game here. And apparently Fly to Moon, they agree and say it's time to put a stop to that nonsense.
Is that Thompson on Tiny? Just, you know, level 5 running around the map killing people?
Seriously.
This is much more common in EU, and I love it. When people lose their lane, instead of like trying to go back to an unwinnable lane, like Thompson's already beating.
Dude, he's got 21 charges, Thompson. It looks like this time you've been... That is kind of the Quas-Wex Invoker specialty too, right? Kind of rotating, not feeding, kind of rotating.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew what you were going for there.
Two-man smoke up, and Soxa runs right into the open arms of Iceberg. A little slow on the combo, though, aren't we, Iceberg? What was that? Potentially not going to be able to get this kill. Two-man RP, but here comes Always Want to Fly. Maybe they'll actually get a more important kill here as Seb kind of put himself in danger. Fortunately, he's got no tail around.
They have no damage here on OGA, like...
Yeah, but then again, Fly to Moon are also a little bit lacking in damage around that Abaddon. And Always Want to Fly is going to get caught out by Thompson.
Yeah, it took that 4th hero. Laning opponent, you're not really rotating all that much on clock, because if you rotate too much, you and Tiny are basically doing the same job at that point, and then nobody's farming. So as we see OG diving again, Thompson's back for some more. Iceberg's also here.
Iceberg is going to go in against 4 by himself, basically. A little bit hit and run tactics. Not enough to kill anybody just yet. Thompson, the tree goes out, but a Aphotic Shield. That'll block some of the damage here. But a general goes into the hook shot, hits the Abaddon instead. That's not what he wanted. He does have his battery salt out. No tails left on very low HP. Mid one's going to try and man fight it up. Dodging a little bit more. Soxa pops the God Strength and finishes off General. His first rotation, and it goes completely awry as now Iceberg may find himself killed next to his tier 2 tower. Roger, please save me, buddy. The avalanche slows down the damage. Bottle hits, but it's not good enough. They're going to dive into the tier 2, and there's no response from anybody else. I mean, they've got the Terror Blade. He just wants to keep farming. Roger's going to get dove underneath the tier 1, and I guess damage isn't the issue anymore. Roger tosses mid 1 back into the tier 1 tower, but the tower, it's busy focusing on creeps, so nobody from OG will die. V-Tune will get a tier 1 though.
Yeah, he made something happen on the other side. Where usually you weren't comfortable enough to siege towers with meta, because people could chase you out and catch you on your retreat.
Anybody who shows up the bottom lane is just dead.
That is the dead lane cap.
And
very personified this game in that lane. Teach them a lesson, OG.
Okay, but Brian, there has been some adjustments that I would say. Ooh. Iceberg seeing if anybody gets close. He's going to try the other angle here. Now, Soxa, I think he would certainly die to this combination, so you could just take that kill instead. I've noticed a lot more pro teams, they'll do this where they, if they get themselves ahead, will take the enemy safe lane tower and then protect their own.
Yes. Are strong enough to not only take their tower, but also defend your own. It's the most map control you can acquire this early on in the game, I think, is what people are realizing, since your own outpost being not capturable. twice in a row.
Yeah, always on a fly. He's being chased underneath that tier 1 tower. But they do have two-man smoke coming in from behind, plus now TP rotation.
There we
so this
go.
is going to get real interesting real quick. Iceberg gets a nice combination on a mid one. Seb looking to protect his carry, throws out the RP, but there's so many heroes here. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get away from this one. Mid one pops out looking for a blink strike, but no opportunity in range. Fly to Moon, nicely baited by Always Wanna Fly.
This is the benefit of V-Tune taking that lane represents. All or nothing. You don't go one at a time. You know, as long as you are prepared to respond to the aggression, it's perfectly fine to be there. As we see, OG trying to catch Clockwork out, no mana.
Yeah, only has 4 wand charges, and that's certainly not enough.
He could easily save them for the next time. He hit heroes.
I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting when he has Battle Fury and Empower and just kind of hops in there against the Terrorblade. I'm not sure if that's going to be effective or not. Iceberg burned out of his mana. In trouble here. Didn't get a chance, really, to show off that fresh Blink Dagger.
Making a move on that mid tower.
Fade Bolt, Flame Break, little things to poke at OG, see if they can force him back, but OG will not be deterred. They have that siege wagon up. They really want to take this tower. They're going to go for the dives to make sure it happens. Always Wanna Fly goes down first, but Iceberg, he blinks in, tries to make that initiation to Thompson. Doesn't really stick, nor does General's jump, as he didn't even throw out his hook shot there. He's going to wait to use it on Saxa, so at least they do find a trade-off there, 1-for-1. Yeah, I have to imagine, like, I could see a rush Ags not be too bad. Nice toss back there from Iceberg underneath V2. Now it is just at a band. Always Wanna Fly. That's double damage. Mid one. Riki. Gotta watch out if you're a support in this game.
94 plus 145. You have the Claymore, you have the Empower, and the
RP. Skewer back into the rest of the team with the AoE stun of the Stormhammer. A beautiful combination that kills the
Fangs for Terrorblade. Wonder if he's gonna hold on to those. They don't really have any sustain in their lineup, and they have a lot of just AoE crap on the side of OG that he'll take damage from, unavoidably so.
Poor man.
He was in this.
He's just sitting on top of a sentry.
That's a Clockwork with just a Force Staff, man. That's an offlane clock, first item Force Staff. That does not feel good. This is not Arteezy, nor is it Mikke that we saw earlier. But it's fine if you miss your spells. Just sunder your support.
Yeah, Always Wanna Fly. So this is no big deal. I got the Tranquility to toss back again. This time on Seb, he is able to get the skewer away. Looks like a little bit farther down. We have the hook shot on in onto Thompson. That's a way more important kill, as No Tail was too busy trying to save his other allies to get to Thompson. Now mid one's in some trouble. Blink strike away.
You can just shield off the dust.
Oh no, he tossed back a creep. It got in the way. No Tail. He'll be hit by the low ground shots on the Terrorblade.
That's actually super annoying. They can't dust the Riki because you can abandon shield off the dust.
Yeah, Skewer back in. Seb catches V-Tune and his illusions, but I'm not sure if he wanted to do that. Iceberg takes that opportunity to pull Seb back into the fight that he started in the first place. And Force Staff, there goes General. He's going to be able to grab some people here, and buybacks are coming out from OG. They're going to try and turn around on General. A Photic Shield stolen by Roger is going to be able to wake General up from that stun. RP for a second there. Seb, that's not the real Terrorblade. And quickly realizes too. Can't stick around for the 20-minute bounty runes. Now RP skewered together.
That was sick.
That was nicely let up, but Iceberg's still alive until they get the Force Staff surrounding him. Make sure he can't get his hands on any of those bounty runes either. Oh,
immediate smoke.
Immediate smoke up from OG. They say there's only 3 alive from Fly to Moon, and meta's down.
This is a map sweep smoke. Even if they don't catch somebody, which it looks like they are going to catch them, the rest of Fly to Moon has to play so scared until they see this, as they clock already 6 slot of timing super early. Scotty complete.
Yep, he has the Scotty, so he's very much ready to fight. They're going to get the toss back onto No Tail here. Not really the ideal target, but they're still going to be able to find some other heroes here. OG, they're being slowed down by this Scotty. They do have that Tiny very, very low. It looks like mid one might be able to pick up the kill, but no. Actually, Lasso pulled back. Mid one's in some trouble. The RP goes out, but it doesn't stop the damage from V-Tune as he lays it out. They do have that big Stun Strike combo there, but it didn't really come to effect. Nobody really got caught by that. Just a bit of harmless damage on a General. Okay, a little bit of meatball action there on V-Tune, bringing him a little bit low, but he still has a Sunder. Turns it on to Thompson. Thompson now down to half health, but they need some disables. They need some stuns. V-Tune, he needs to be able to pump out the damage on people. Looks like he's got some eyes finally onto Thompson, but he's getting skewered back into the tier 2, but he doesn't give a damn. Now takes that damage out. Finishes off the Invoker, and they're turning Saxa trying to, but it's a 4 position. Sven with the Force Staff. You don't do any damage, Saxa. Underneath the tower, course, V2 just doesn't care. He goes for the DP out, spotted.
Oh my God.
The Stormhammer comes in just in time, and V2 not having a Sunder anymore means he's just damn dead.
Any damage.
Yeah.
And he died right at the start of the fight. Surprised he's going for a Scotty as opposed to like a Manta. Just some ease of execution item where if they catch him with some dust, he can push it. And in this case, he's about to get blown up again by Tiny. He brought down to about 20%, but that's just not enough. As Tiny blew his entire load right at the start there, and he's got nothing left in the canister.
Yeah, a little awkward too because General Bounty Runes and OG going for the invasion inside the triangle. Hook shot going out, trying to defend his allies from that mid-1 Riki. Didn't really get the lockdown he was looking for, and it looks like Roger will be feasted upon by the Rikimaru. Now they're going to look to the left-hand side where I always want to fly. The next support will die. Double kill for mid-1. The core is still alive here of Flight of Moon, but this is OG's one of the best teams at doing this, by the way. Is like kind of baiting Roshan and then just running.
So much better on against the ranged heroes, and also both supports are ranged. So it's kind of like an expensive diffusal.
Sure.
You know, you get them in the cloud, you blink on them, and they're slowed by 50%.
Hook shot blocked by a Forge Spirit. That was just beautiful by Thompson. Iceberg still managed to go in after the agents picked up, though. And so his life is now forfeit, as is maybe Generals if Seb. He's got the RP, but he doesn't see anybody, so.
We talk about Terrorblade's really the only one that's going to scale, so I guess if he's itemizing purely against the Terrorblade, that goes up in value a lot this game compared to most other games, as he does commit to the Butterfly buying the Eagle Song.
Chill, mid-1, damn.
At least he's not in their fountain just yet.
Yeah, not yet. Give him time, though.
Oh, if Ogre goes down, that's a dieback.
That is a very big dieback.
They did use meta for that, so OG can wait and maybe still utilize that window. They might wait for Invoker. They'll have like 50 seconds where there's no meta and there is an Invoker.
Yeah, that's why Iceberg is looking for more kills, but mid-1, he was sitting there on the high ground, and he makes an RP that completely whipped. And V2 seems an opportunity. Was that an RP whipped by the Rubik as well? I think so.
Yes, wow.
Double whipped RP. Don't see that every day, ladies and gentlemen. Soxa has the force staff to get himself down Cliff. No tail, though he doesn't have his borrowed time. So that's going to be 2 extra kills.
Here as they now can block
the hook shot.
Oh, he has Aegis still, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be good or not. They could definitely take away this Aegis. What's going to happen on the second life, though? Soxa, he's going to show up. Seb, he's here as well. Nice 2-man stun. No longer having the meta means this Terrorblade may not be as effective anymore. The Cox push back immediately on mid-1. And with the buyback, actually, they are going to be able to get the last one. Can they actually finish him off? They try to help out mid-1. He does get saved. Blink strike away. Up to the high ground he goes. And, well, Fly to Moon. They're just going to back away. No, they're not. Iceberg goes back in and quickly takes down Soxa. Does a decent amount of damage to mid-1 as well. With the back away again. Iceberg with quick assassination.
And his illusions, giving him that extra 150 attack range. Going Octarine Core is Thompson. Almost done with it, I believe. I think the recipe is about 900. I always forget when they rework these items.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the level 20 Blink Strike.
Yeah.
This is when supports don't have a game any longer.
Positioning no longer exists.
Yeah.
You cannot play around that. What I think it turns into 1100 Blink range, 1200.
Yeah, I think it's actually, yeah, something like that.
It's just like the PA cast range buff.
Sunstrike! Okay, but oh no. They saw an opportunity. They're going to be able to get the RP skewered back with a 425 extra range. They pull them all the way back into the tier 3 area. They don't immediately have the lasso to remove it, but it doesn't really matter. V-Tune's left alone. Deafening Blast slows down his damage. They're going to pop the glyph now to try and do some more work onto OG, but they're all pretty tanky here. And mid-1, he's not scared of the Terrorblade by himself. It's a 1v5 after all. V-Tune. He does have his Sunder, so they got to be a little bit careful of that. Sunstrike isn't going to do enough. It doesn't land anyway. V-Tune.
I think it would have been enough. One level of Exord.
Yeah.
Does have a telescope on a bat, and that's a really good item for him here. Gives Blink cast range on mid-1. It gives Blink cast range on mag. It gives Sven stun cast range. It gives a bat in the Mistcoil and the bench in the Photic Shield. It's weird because usually you think of it as a attack range item, but in this case, the cast range is quite impactful.
Yeah. especially, always has that problem, right? Hook shot immediately. That's an Aghanim Scepter double hook shot. That's going to be enough. Chain stun. Mid one.
Mid one is
fed away his godlike streak. He is on one tonight.
Not in a good way. That's
Now,
famous last words from any carry player. We've all been there, guys. Don't act like you haven't. Still feel free to say mid one kick W, though.
hook shot one. Cogs push back. Seb. And they have another hook shot here as he gets tossed up.
No
Second
buyback.
hook shot, not really needed. Seb, that's a dieback for him. 100 seconds on the clock.
Okay. This might lead to a Roche eventually.
Yeah. I'm an OG. They somehow know that. Maybe because of their wards, and they're going to be able to catch V-Tune here. It's got Manta and Meta. The smoke screen, though, it's going to be so problematic. Scotty slowing him down a lot. Does turn around to get off the Sunder, but here comes the Cataclysm. Two-man Sunstrike hits there. General's going to be able to help him out, though. Nice Cox holding back Soxa. At the same time, Tops is just being obliterated by this damage. But the only thing it's saving right now is the disarm that was on V-Tune's actual hero. His illusions almost did the trick, but Thompson slides away. Thief into the night with that Ghost Walk, and less General, he's going to find him. Re-ups it with the Aghanim Scepter and finds the hook shot, giving V-Tune the double kill.
Game on our hands is dead even. Down the lane of Rax is OG, but they also have the Aegis. It's all about the map control here. Who jumps who? And we see Thompson. He's almost dead full to 0.
That was an 1800 damage crit. Did I just see that? Oh, the flame break. It's not going to be enough. He regens way too much with the Quas build. Always told to fly. He dies for his attempt on the Invoker's life.
Look at Dagger has like a 4-second cooldown.
Yeah. Tier 3.
Or Tricks of the Trade, I mean.
Yeah, I always get those two confused. And they're going to force Fly to Moon back to defend their base.
Ricky, the base hitter, when he has him power and alacrity.
Yeah.
Hitting for 500 with those buffs from the
Keeps
front.
uncovering himself with the smoke screen just to make sure Iceberg can't blink and toss him backwards. But as the smoke screen fades, Iceberg sees his opportunity. Immediately goes into the Tricks of the Trade. The skewer on back. Iceberg completely isolated from the rest of his team. He pops his Power Horde, but it doesn't really do a whole lot for him. No buyback used just yet, but OG will respect. That's from a forward position, Sven, so you might as well go again and see if you could force that buyback.
They spoke behind him, actually.
Hook shot one, Cogs pushback. Now the buyback comes in for the Tiny, but General, he positioned his Cogs. He wasn't trying to engage, he was trying to push OG back. The Clockwork still almost dies to Midwan here, and he's going to be lasted up. That's life number 1.
He has cheese.
Now, No Tail's going to give it a little closer, plus they have the cheese, so Midwan still has plenty of saves here. They managed to force the meta, so they can just kind of reset and wait for that meta to go away.
Please wait.
Are they going to wait, though? Midwan, he sees the opportunity to be able to catch the bat right and force that magic lamp. All the little things that help save Always Want to Fly limp away. The illusions have been dealt with, though. The damage running low on Fly to Moon as they fail to be able to repel OG. That's going to be Elena Barracks.
But they didn't wait because the meta was already out. I didn't realize he popped it that early on in the fight.
Yeah. Now it just keeps on jumping in. Midwan sees an opportunity.
Oh.
Like the smoke screen catches Iceberg right as he goes for the jump buddy, but pops the Minotaur Horn. Does manage to get the toss back. Mashed up, though. Telekinesis doesn't last for long. Hook shot one. Cogs push back a 4-step. And he managed to get off the cheese. I'm saved. And now the RP into the beautiful. Thompson, he'll finish it off in style. They have a couple of buybacks, but only 2 for Fly to Moon, and it's looking like OG with that kind of sick wombo combo may have just ended this series.
Yeah, you couldn't even see the individual beams of the Cataclysm. They're all right on top of each other. It just looked like one ray of absolute death. As they
all the calls. They're not even going to try.
They showed signs of life.
Yeah, they certainly did.
I was happy to see them fight back. They even took that Rax, and I would say Midwan as a carry player, the one thing that you have to learn moving from the other core roles is a little bit of discipline. It does, even if you're going to be balls to the wall.